بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 7. We are in model 6, lesson 2. Solve two-step equations. Bx plus q equal r. Solve two-step equations. Bx plus q equal r. In this lesson, we want to use inverse operation to solve two-step equations of the form bx plus q equal r. The first idea, two-step equations. Two-step equations. A two-step equation such as 5x plus 3 equal 13 has two operations paired with the variable. In this case, the operations are multiplication and addition. To solve a two-step equation and do the operations in the reverse order of the order of operations. For example, we have the equation here, 5x plus 3 equal 13. The first step, we want to keep the variable alone in the same side, so we want to remove the number here. How to remove the number? Add the inverse of 3 will be negative 3. So add to the two sides negative 3. Negative 3 here and negative 3 here. Now 3 minus 3 will be 0. Remains here 5x. 13 minus 3 will be 10. This is the first step. The second step, we want to remove 5 to keep the variable alone. How to remove 5? What is the operation between 5 and x? Multiplication. So use the opposite operation. You can take 5, the coefficient, then divide the two sides by 5. Divide here by 5 and divide here by 5. As you see now, 5 divided by 5 will be 1, remains x. And here we have 10 divided by 5 will be 2. So the solution of this equation, x equal to. If you want to check our work, go back to the same equation and substitute the value of x equal to. This is the equation. 5 times the value of x means 5 times 2 plus 3 plus 3. Is it equal 13? 5 times 2 will be 10. 10 plus 3 will be 13. Is it 13 equal 13? Yes. So this is correct. We have correct equation, means this is correct solution. The second example here, solve two-step equations. Solve 2x plus 3 equal 9. Check your solution. 2x plus 3 equal 9. The first step, we want to keep the variable alone, so we want to remove 3 from this side. How? Add the inverse. What is the inverse of plus 3? Negative 3. So add negative 3 to the two sides. Plus 3 and negative 3 will be 0. Remains here 2x. And 9 minus 3 will be 6. Then the second step, we want to remove the coefficient. How to remove the coefficient? We can divide the two sides by the coefficient. So divide here the first side by 2 and divide the second side by 2. So 2 divided by 2 will be 1, remains x, and 6 divided by 2 will be 3. This is the solution of this equation. If you want to check, go back to the same equation. Substitute the value of x3. So 2 times x, 2 times 3, 2 times 3, plus 3. Is it equal 9? Is it equal 9? 2 times 3 will be 6, plus 3, yes, equal 9. 6 plus 3, yes, equal 9. So this is right equation, means this is the right solution. For example, solve negative 3x plus 5 equal 14. The first step, we want to remove the number here, the constant here, to keep the variable alone in this side. So what is the inverse of plus 5? Will be negative 5. So add negative 5 to the two sides. Plus 5 and negative 5 will be 0. Remains in the first side negative 3x. Then 14 minus 5 will be 9. Then we want to remove the coefficient, negative 3. You can divide the two sides by negative 3. Divide by negative 3 here and divide by negative 3 here. So negative 3 divided by negative 3 will be 1. X means x. And 9 divided by negative 3 will be negative 3. So the solution will be x equal negative 3. We want to check. If you want to check, go back to the same equation. We have negative 3. Substitute the value of x times the value of x will be negative 3 plus 5. Is it equal 14? So negative 3 times negative 3 will be 9 plus 5. Is it equal 14? 9 plus 5 will be 14. Yes, 14 equal 14. So this is right equation, means this is right solution. Solve two step equations. We have this example. Solve negative 2y, negative 7 equal 3. So the first step, we want to remove negative 7. What is the inverse of negative 7? Will be plus 7. So add 7 to the two sides. So plus 7 here and plus 7 here. Negative 7 plus 7 will be 0. Remains here negative 2y and 3 plus 7 will be 10. Then we want to remove the coefficient here. So divide the two sides by negative 2. Divide here by negative 2 and divide here by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 will be 1y means y, and 10 divided by negative 2 will be negative 5. Now we want to check, go back to the same equation and put the value of y equal negative 5. Negative 2 times negative 5 minus 7, is it equal 3? So negative 2 times negative 5 will be 10, minus 7 will be 3. So this is correct equation, means this is correct solution. For example, here we have 5w minus 8 equal negative 3. At the first, we want to remove the constant. So add to the two sides the inverse of negative 8. What is the inverse of negative 8? Will be plus 8. So add here 8 and add here 8. Negative 8 plus 8 will be 0, remains here 5w equal. Negative 3 plus 8 will be 5. The second step, we want to remove the coefficient here. So you can divide the two sides by 5. Divide the two sides by 5. So 5 divided by 5 will be 1w, means w, equal 5 divided by 5 will be 1. So this is the solution of this equation. This is the solution of this equation. The third example here, solve two step equations. We want to solve 5x minus 3.8 equal negative 6.4. As you see, we have this symbol here. So we want to remove the constant. What is the inverse of negative 3.8? Will be plus 3.8. So add 3.8 to the two sides. Negative 3.8 plus 3.8 will be 0, remains here 5x. And negative 6.4 minus 3.8, 6.4 minus 3.8. 4 minus 8, we cannot do this operation forward from 6. 6 will be 5, and 4 will be 14, and 14 minus 8 will be 6. Take down the point, 5 minus 3 will be 2. So the answer will be negative because the sign of the big number negative, then the subtraction will be 2.6. The second step, we want to remove the coefficient 5. So you can divide the two sides by 5, divide here by 5, divide here by 5. 5 divided by 5 will be 1, remains here x. And negative 2.6 divided by 5, we can use long division here. Negative times positive negative. And here we have the dividend will be 2.6 and the divisor will be 5. So 2 less than 5, and here we have 1, so you can put here 0 point. Then take the two digits here, 26. Divide by 5 will be 5. 5 times 5 will be 25. 6 minus 5, 1. 2 minus 5, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. We can continue here. We can add here 0. 10 divided by 5 will be 2. 2 times 5 will be 10. 0, 0. So the answer will be 0.52 and the sign will be negative. This is the solution of the equation. And if you want to check, go back to the same equation, substitute the value of x minus 0.52. Put here minus 0.52. Is it 5 times negative 0.52 minus 3.8? Is it equal negative 6.4? 5 times negative 0.52 will be negative 2.6. Negative 2.6 and negative 3.8 equal negative 6.4. Yes, this is right equation, means this is right solution. For example, here in this equation, we have negative 6x minus 8.1 equal negative 5.7. At the first, we want to remove the constant. So add the inverse. What is the inverse of negative 8.1 will be plus 8.1. So add 8.1 to the two sides. Negative 8.1 and plus 8.1 will be 0. Remains here negative 6x. And in the second side, take the sign of the big number, means positive. Then do subtraction between them. We have here 8.1 minus 5.7. 1 minus 7, you cannot do this operation. Borrow 1 from here. Here will be 7, and here will be 11. 11 minus 7 will be 4. This is the point here, and 7 minus 5 will be 2. So here 2.4. The second step, we want to remove the coefficient, so divide the two sides by negative 6. Negative 6 divided by negative 6 will be 1x, means x equal positive divided by negative will be negative. Then you can use long division here, 2.4 divided by 6. We have 2 less than 6, so put here 0 and take the point up. Then take the two digits here, 24 divided by 6 will be 4. 4 times 6 will be 24. Then do minus. So the answer will be 0.4. This is the solution of this equation. Now in this example number 4, solve 4 plus 1 over 5 r, the variable r here, equal minus 1. As you see here, the coefficient fraction. So the first step, we want to remove the constant 4. So add the inverse to the two sides. What is the inverse of 4? Negative 4. So add negative 4 to the two sides. Now 4 and minus 4 will be 0. remains 1 over 5r equal -1 and -4 will be -5. Then, as you remember from the last model, if you want to remove the number, multiply this number by the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 1 over 5? 5. Because the number who multiply by the reciprocal of this number always equal 1. Always equal 1. So here we want to remove 1 over 5. So you can multiply the two sides by the reciprocal of 1 over 5. What is the reciprocal of 1 over 5? Will be 5. 5 times 1 over 5 will be 1. And the second side, 5 times -5 will be -25. So the solution will be r equal -25. This is the solution of this equation. If you want to check, substitute the value of r -25. So here we have in the first side, we have 4 plus 1 over 5. The value of r will be -25. Is it equal the second side, -1? Here, -25 times 1 will be -25, divided by 5 will be -5. 4 plus -5 will be -1. Yes, this is correct equation, means this is correct solution. In this example, solve -2 plus 2 over 3w equal 10. As you see the coefficient fraction here. So we want to remove the constant. So add the inverse of -2 to the two sides of this equation. What is the inverse of -2? Will be +2. So add 2 here and add 2 here. -2 plus 2 will be 0, remains here 2 over 3 w equal 10 plus 2 will be 12. Now we want to remove the coefficient. Always remember, if you have the coefficient fraction, multiply the two sides by the reciprocal of this fraction. What is the reciprocal of 2 over 3? What is the reciprocal of 2 over 3? Will be 3 over 2. Will be 3 over 2. So multiply this side by 3 over 2 and multiply this side by 3 over 2. And as you remember, when you multiply the number by the reciprocal of this number, you will get 1. You will get 1. 1w means w. Or 1 times w means w. Then, how to multiply whole number by fraction? Put here the denominator 1, then multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. So 12 times 3 will be 36 and 1 times 2 will be 2. 36 divided by 2 will be 18. So w equal 18. The solution of this equation equal 18. The second idea in this lesson, we want to learn two step equations, arithmetic method and algebraic method. Using only numbers and operations to solve a problem is an arithmetic method. Using variables to solve the problem is an algebraic method. Consider the following problem. Natalie is participating in a job-a-thon. Her goal is to raise $125. She has collected $80 and will receive $3 for each lap around the track she jogs. How many laps does she need to jog to reach her goal? And we have two methods. Arithmetic method, the amount Natalie still needs to reach her goal can be represented by the following equation. We have 125 minus 80 equal 45. She will earn $3 for every lap she jogs, so she need to jog the total here 45 divided by 3, or the answer will be 15. 15 laps to reach her goal. This is the arithmetic method. Algebraic method, let x represent the number of laps. Use variables. Natalie needs to jog around the track to reach her goal. Write and solve the equation. So we have here the total amount 125 equal the collected amount 80 plus 3 multiply the number of laps 3x represent x. And we can solve this equation. Try to remove 80 from this side, so add the inverse of the 80 will be negative 80. So add negative 80 to the two sides. Plus 80 and negative 80 will be 0, remains here 3x. And 125 minus 80 will be 45. Then try to remove the coefficient 3. So you can divide the 3 from the two sides. 3x divided by 3 will be x, and 45 divided by 3 will be 15. So the solution will be 15. So this is the algebraic method using the equation, and this is the arithmetic method using the mathematical logic. Consider the following problem. Russian is saving money to buy a skateboard that cost $85. He has already saved $40. He plans to save the same amount each week for 3 weeks. How much should Russian save each week? So the first step, arithmetic method. Solve the problem using the arithmetic method. Describe the steps you used. The first step, subtract the amount he has already saved from the total cost. We have the total cost 85 and he had 40. This is the saved amount. 85 minus 40 will be 45. Then divide the remaining amount by 3 because we have 3 weeks. So 45 divided by 3 will be 15. So Russian should have $15 each week. The second method, algebraic method, solve the problem using the algebraic method, represent variable here. We don't know the amount each week, so represent x. Let x represent the amount saved each week. The equation will be remaining amount here 40 plus 3 weeks times the amount each week, x equal the total amount will be 85. This is the equation. Represent this is a situation. Solve this equation. We can at the first remove the constant from this side. So we can subtract 40 from this side. So 40 minus 40 here and 85 minus 40 here. 40 minus 40 will be 0, remains 3x. And 85 minus 40 will be 45. Divide the two sides by 3. 3x divided by 3 equal x, and 45 divided by 3 will be 15. This is the solution of this equation. In this example, the table shows the freezing point of several solvents in degrees Fahrenheit. F degree Fahrenheit degree or degrees Celsius. C means Celsius degree. The formula to convert F equal 1.8 C plus 32. This is the formula, or this is the equation. Can be used to convert between degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. What is the difference in degrees Celsius between acetone's freezing point and carbon disulfide's freezing point? So here we have the acetone and here we have the carbon. As you see, this is the freezing point of the acetone and this is the freezing point of the carbon. And we want to know what is the difference. We want to know what is the difference in degrees Celsius. But here you have in Fahrenheit, so must to change here to the Celsius, then we can do the difference between them. How to change this to the Celsius? Using the equation. Substitute F negative 138.64 equal 1.8 C plus 32. And we have the variable C. To solve this equation, try to remove 32 from the two sides, so add the inverse. So minus 32 here and minus 32 here. In the first side, 32 minus 32, 0, remains here 1.8 C. And here 138.64 minus 32 will be 106.64. Then to continue to solve this equation, try to remove the coefficient 1.8, so you can divide the two sides by 1/8 here. Here, as you see, we have the sign negative and here negative. When you want to add the same signs with the same sign, then add. So we have the answer will be 170.64. Then we want to remove the coefficient, so divide the two sides by 1.8. We will get the answer C equal 16.7 Celsius. And to know how, you can do log division. You can do log division between 170.64 divided by 1.8. So C equal 94.8. This is degrees Celsius. And this is for what? This is for the acetone. And this is for the carbon. And we want to find the difference in degrees Celsius between acetone's freezing point and carbon. So means 94.8 minus the carbon will be negative 111.5. So the answer will be 16.7 degree Celsius. Here the same idea. The table shows the average temperature of several planets in degree Fahrenheit. When you see here F degree means you have the temperature using the Fahrenheit degrees or degrees Celsius. The formula F equal 1.C plus 32. This formula, we use this formula to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius or the opposite from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Can be used to convert between degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. So this is the table. As you see here, the average temperature, and here the planet. We have Earth, we have Jupiter, we have Mars, we have Neptune. What is the difference in degree Celsius? In degree Celsius between Earth average temperature and Mars. So we want to compare between Earth and Mars. As you see that the average temperature in the Earth using Fahrenheit. So here we want to convert. Here we want to convert to the Celsius. How to convert? Use this equation. Put the F equal 57 equal 1.8 C plus 32. To solve this equation, try to remove 32. So subtract 32 from the two sides. 32 plus 32, 0. Remains here 1.8 C. And in the first side, 57 minus 32. Here we have different signs. So take the sign of the big number, then subtract. 7 minus 2 will be 5, and 5 minus 3 will be 2. Then we want to remove 1.8, the coefficient, so divide 1.8 from the two sides. One 1.8 divide 1.8 equals C. Then here we can use long division. And as you remember, if the divisor have decimal, we cannot do this long division. So try to remove the point from the denominator here. So you can multiply up and down by 10 to remove the point. You will get up to 150 and down you will get 18. Then you can use long division. Here you have two digits, so take two digits here. 25 divided by 18, 1. 1 times 18, 18. 25 minus 18 will be 7. Then drop the 0. 70 divided by 18. Now which number times 18 equals 70 or less than 70 or close to the 70? If you try, for example, 4 times 8, 32, 4 times 1, 4 plus 3, 7. You will get 72 greater than. So try 3. Try 3. 3 times 18. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times only 3 plus 2 will be 5. Then do subtraction. Here will be 10. 10 minus 4, 6. And here will be 6. 6 minus 5 will be 1. You can continue with here point and put here 0. Then look for about number multiplied by 18 equal 160 or less than 160, close to 160. And we can try, for example, if we try 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 1, 5 plus 4, 90. We want greater than. So we can try, for example, 7. 7 times 8, 56. 7 times 1, 7 plus 5, 12. We want greater than, so we can try 8. 8 times 8 will be 64. 8 times 1, 8, plus 6 will be 14. We have 144. If you try 9, 9 times 8, 27. 9 times 1, 9. Plus 6 will be 162. This is greater than, so this is not suitable. So take here 8 will be 144. 10 minus 4 will be 6, and here will be 5. 5 minus 4 will be 1, and here will be 0. So as you see here, we have 16, the same number here. So this is means 13.8888. This is a repeating number. So C means equal 13.8 bar notation. Then we want to subtract, the mass will be 63. Here, as you see, what is the difference between Earth average temperature and Mars average temperature? We have the Earth now about, we can here do rounding, will be 13.8, and about 13.9. So we can write here 13.9 minus, the value here will be minus 63. The answer will be about 76.9 degrees Celsius. So this is our lesson today. Who have any question about this lesson? Are all ideas clear for all girls?
Yes.
No questions? طيب, I have a question for you. Please write this equation, 2x minus 1 equal 5. Then tell me, please, what is the solution of this equation? Start, please. Okay, Who can tell me what is the answer here? Type, listen to me, because time over. We want to remove -1, so you can add the inverse, +1 here and +1 here. -1 and +1 will be 0, remains here 2x. And here 5 + 1 will be 6. Then we want to remove the coefficient, so you can divide the two sides by 2. Divide by 2 here and divide by 2 here. Remains here x and remains here 3. So the value of the x, or the solution of this equation, will be 3. So this is our period for today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مع السلامة مستر.